Hello friends, welcome once again. This is CA Rajiv Khatawala, author of How to Profit from Technical Analysis, and I'm also a financial trainer. And as you might be aware, I conduct various training programs, including for technical analysis of stocks, commodities, and currencies. Also, I conduct workshops on fundamental analysis as well as for derivatives. So, in case you are interested, you can get back to me at carajivkatlawala@gmail.com. And yes, please do subscribe to my channel, the YouTube channel, and I upload various educative videos which will help you in analyzing the stock markets, the commodity markets, as well as the currency markets. Well, today in my today's analysis, I'm going to talk about uh, how we can understand the trend analysis, and I will be using the BSE Auto Index for this purpose. So just one second, I will share the screen. Yes, I presume now the screen is visible. Yes, so this is the S&P BSE Auto Index. As you are aware, the automobile sector is quite, a volatile sector otherwise. And in the last few weeks, we can say the auto stocks have been falling. Stocks like Tata Motors, also Maruti and Hero Motors, etc. So they have been in a falling mode. So let us try to analyze the BSE Auto Index, the auto stocks as a group, and this evaluation will help you to understand whether there is an opportunity available after the correction which it has got, whether there is a opportunity in future. So what I will do is I will first try to understand the basic trend. So I have told you earlier also, if you have not seen my earlier videos, I would request you to please check the other videos where I have talked about trend analysis, retracements, moving averages. Moving averages, I have two videos on that. So if you have not checked them, I would request that you can go through them. And as in any analysis, first of all, we will understand the basic trend. So underlying trend in this case is in the case of BSE Auto Index is an uptrend. Why do we say it is an uptrend? Because there is a formation of what we call the higher high and higher low formations. So prices are in this process. The prices are making higher highs. They are making new highs, and also whenever there is a correction, there is the higher low formation. Now, the key part of this video would be the understanding of the trend lines. So let me draw the trend line here. So now, obviously, when I want to draw a trend line for an uptrend, I will join the intermediate lows. So obviously, if I start from the lowest point here, which is at 10,300, this is the BSE Auto Index, remember. So for the index value of 10,300, if I start from here, probably I will not be able to join many points. But if I start from the subsequent low, that is 12,320, then yes, I'm getting many points on this trend line. So this is point A, this is almost point B getting touched. Point C, almost again point D getting touched here, and point E getting touched here. Now, as we can observe, this particular trend line, this is called a minor trend line. Why it is called a minor trend line? Because I am not drawing the trend line from the lowest point of the trend or the beginning of the trend, but I am joining the intermediate lows in the subsequent part. So this is called a minor trend line. Now, obviously, if this is the minor trend line, I need to know, and if it is broken, then what is the subsequent support as far as the trend line is concerned. So what I will do is, there is one technique which I do not know whether you are using it already or not. But there is a technique of drawing a parallel line, or a similar line, which so I have just drawn a clone here, and I will just push this new line uh, at the exact previous low where the trend started, and I will extend this line now, and extension of the line is possible. I will do a right extension, and therefore what we observe is that this minor trend line which I have drawn earlier, this is a parallel line to it, and now this line which I have drawn new, it is called sorry, not this one. The subsequent line which I have drawn is called a major trend line. So I will darken that, I will highlight that line, because it's a major trend line. So right now we can say that the BSE Auto Index is at a long-term major trend line support. So it is getting a support at the major trend line. Also, I would request you to check my videos on moving averages, and you will find that also this current price is near to the long-term moving average also. So there are two indications here that there is a long-term support at the current levels. The current levels being 21,700. So this is a very important long-term support. And if we also notice, I'll just expand the chart here. Now, if you notice that the current fall right from the highs of 25,000 approximate levels to the recent lows of around 21,000, this fall has taken support also at an earlier intermediate high, which is, this is the so the blue shaded portion which I have drawn here, those of you who are aware, maybe I will do a video on that also. There is something called demand and supply zones. So this is what is called a supply zone. It was a supply zone. It got broke on the upside, and now in the subsequent fall, it is now acting as a support zone. So this previous high level here is a level where it got intermediate support. So this is the second part, that it is getting a good support at the 21,000 approximate levels. Now let us see the internal structure, a closer look at the recent price structure to understand whether the BSE Auto Index can give you some upward movement or not. So I will draw one more trend line, and in this video I'll be drawing a lot of trend lines. So as you can see here, I have drawn a trend line of the recent fall. Now, since this is not a major, so I'll just lighten the thing, and yes, now we have a falling trend line which is joining as many intermediate highs as possible. Of course, since this is a trend line right drawn from the highs, it is drawn from the high, the intermediate high made, and this falling trend line is only a shorter term trend line. Please understand, the long term structure of the stock is of the index is bullish, and therefore this smaller fall is just a correction, and therefore once we identify this level, we can make a marking here that the index, once it goes above the level of 21,980. So safely we can say 22,000. Once the index, BSE Auto Index breaks above the 22,000 level, and yes, it closes there because it has to close above this trend line which I've drawn here. Once it closes above the 22,000 level, we will expect that the price will, that is the BSE Auto Index, will start its upward movement. And obviously, once 22,000 is broken, we will anticipate that the price will go and test the previous high, which is the 25,000 levels. So once this breakout occurs, the risk for the investor would be very less, because 22,000 is your upward breakout, and your stop loss being very much nearer to the recent low at 21,200. So you are taking a risk of only 800 points, but once the movement on the upside starts for the BSE Auto Index, the target would be the previous high. So, using just the trend lines, in fact, as you are observing here, I have not even used the indicators or the moving averages, but I've just used the, some few trend lines to give you an understanding as to where the particular index is getting support and resistance, and what is the breakout level, and what is the likely movement post the breakout. So I am sure this video has given you good understanding of how to draw trend lines, because many people have asked me in the last few days that they are not able to draw the trend lines properly. So I thought, let me add one video here which talks more about the trend lines. Some few days back, I had given one more video of trend lines, but you can use that also, as well as this particular video also. So I am sure, friends, that this video was useful, and if you need, do let me know if any specific stock you want me to analyze. In that case, I will analyze that specific stock, index, or even commodity for that matter. And I hope you are getting good value out of these videos. Thank you very much, and uh, hope to see you in my next video. Do share this video if you feel this is a good educational video. Do share with your friends and also on the social media. Thank you.